How can we think freely? What are some of the things that you do to, kind of force yourself or allow yourself to think more objectively?
Yeah. Well, I don't have a TV and I haven't for 12 years,
I love
which
it.
probably helps. Because I do think a TV is, people don't like me to say this, but I do think the TV is a brainwash box.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you can. When I say TV, I'm talking about TV programming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Programming, it's you are programmed through the channels. Like that's literally it tells you on the tin. So yeah, sure. This is not saying all TV is bad or, you can't watch little bits or you're going to turn into a mindless puppet. I'm not saying that. But whether you're watching entertainment or you're watching the news, especially if, people who watch, you can tell people who watch the news all the time. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I can tell because they're more anxious and
They
paranoid
are.
and they believe certain narratives which might not really be true. And I can even tell which news channels they watch. I'm like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
you've been watching a lot of Fox. Okay, you're a CNN and MSNBC guy. Like I can
Yeah.
tell. Um, and this is probably even worse in the U.S. But yeah, I think with everything, it's long term conditioning and programming. So I recommend not obsessing over that too much or spending too much time just consuming and consuming and consuming mainstream content. I think that's a part of it. I think the key part, though, is to one, avoid echo chambers,
Mm-hmm.
and to think freely. You have to be able to talk freely. This is why I personally get very concerned when people try to stifle each other's speech or each other's ability to speak, right? Because we need to be able to talk. If you can't speak freely, you can't think freely
Mm-hmm.
because you can only do so much thinking without talking, right? So I can sit there in my room and I can come up with ideas and theories and ponder things and ask questions, but when I sit down and I talk with you right now, you're listening to me, I'm listening to you, we're both learning, there's an interaction that's taking place, there's some kind of synergy here where we both leave and it's like, okay, that was interesting. There was something gained there. I might have an idea or a theory, which I've been explaining some of my ideas to you that I've just kind of been thinking about over the past
Mm-hmm.
few days or past few weeks. You might have another idea, and then through that constant thing, that's what's happening. It's why I encourage people not to, yeah, like I said, fall into these ideological echo chambers where it's like, okay, I'm talking to everybody who just agrees with me. And something I notice quite a lot when I talk to certain people, and it can happen even with people I'm close to, is that sometimes it can cause a bit of conflict. Like their minds are so blown by some of my perspectives
Mm-hmm.
because they just haven't even encountered